Welcome back to Cup of Cozy. We're so excited that you've joined us for our next pod. I mean, I hope you've got your cup of tea or coffee or wine at the ready because this one is going to be raw.
We're going to unpack lots of relatable stories, and we're keen to hear about the stories that you've got on your mind, all about labour, birth, and that ring of fire that you tend to spend 9 months being pregnant, living in fear of, and all this pain talk. And I mean, let's face it, it is real. So we're just going to chat about it and share all the stories.
I mean, the phrase that comes to mind is being ripped in half, and another one was your favourite pub being burnt down. You know, when you
didn't hear that one.
Watches your favourite pub being burnt down.
Wow. Yes.
Pleasant.
Yeah.
But
all the fun.
I think we want to talk really about how we can avoid all of that.
This is a thing. So like, I feel like as soon as you're pregnant, you've announced it, you're getting all ready for your pregnancy, and this ring of fire and the pain and the rip in half is there from the beginning. Yeah. And I feel like you're counting down the whole 9 months for it.
Yeah.
I actually avoided it with both of mine.
Yeah.
And that is nuts because I did not even think about that.
Yeah. Well, I think what it was is Jamie Lang and Sophie Habu on their podcast. Sophie Habu's pregnant. And I think she's really close to giving birth. And obviously this is what happens when you're later on in your pregnancy, isn't it? These are the types of phrases that you start thinking about. It's like
you're preparing.
Start.
Yeah.
So obviously to most mums who are watching, they know what ring of fire is. But it's basically when the baby is coming out of the vagina and it's head
then
crown.
It's the shoulders.
Is that it? Or is it the shoulders?
Well, the head first, and then it's as the shoulders, the widest part of the body, is exiting the female body.
Yeah.
Like exiting the vagina,
and
let's just say.
It creates this burning
and that
feeling.
Is burning. And that is that actual point of pushing the shoulders out of the vagina. That bit is ring of fire.
So what happened with yours? So you dodged it, you say?
I did dodge it, and it was on my mind all through labour. So I was induced, so did go through the labour, but obviously I was in hospital, hooked up, induced. So it was planned, so to speak. I knew what day I was having it. Obviously you don't know how long induction's gonna take.
No.
So yeah, when it just came to baby was stuck. She was just stuck. It was one of those cases of hurry up, need to get her out now. So then in comes something called episiotomy. Didn't know about that before. Injection down there, numbs everything.
Oh God. Bye.
Telling you to push. Not quite sure how to push when you can't feel anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're thinking you're pushing. Clearly you are. And the shoulders come out and you don't feel that ring of fire.
No. Which is a blessing, but then negative on other sides. What happened with your other birth?
C-section. So again, avoiding it, coming out of a totally different hole there.
Totally. Oh my goodness me. Yeah. The sunroof job.
Sunroof.
Well, I know that with me, one of my friends at work said to me, when you start labour, because a lot of people say they don't know when labour starts, and it's very apparent, and it's so weird because it is, you just know, don't you? Because you know, I know period pains, and I had bad period pains when I was growing up. But it's like another level.
Yeah,
it is like,
I never went natural, so I never had that at home, just waiting for it. So you never had that.
That's what I did. So my friend at work said, basically, you're going to get into hospital and they're going to tell you that you're a tiny little bit dilated, go back home. And then I've heard the stories of like you to-ing and fro into the hospital.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So I persevered at home all night. So it was like midnight I started with these cramps that basically got stronger and stronger and stronger. So I left it at the beginning. I thought maybe it's just a twinge because it was quite mild. And then about an hour later, it was just a worse version. And then an hour later, a worse version. Yeah. And then it started to really ramp up. And I thought to myself, I'm just going to persevere, because I thought, it's how many times have you heard it where somebody is starting labour and they feel like it's really, really painful because it's a level of pain you can't explain. But then you go into hospital and they go, oh, you're only 2 centimetres. So you
right
go back
at the beginning.
And I would rather overdo it at home. So that's what I did, to the point where 8 hours I was at home with contractions. And we finally went in because my husband was like, they're happening too close. I had that app.
App, where you can,
where I timed it.
See, I missed all of this.
Well, I went in and they said, you're 10 centimetres.
Oh.
So I went in, so I did the whole thing at home. But in a way, I was like, this is fantastic. Like, I'm just going to immediately give birth and this is going to be great.
Now.
But they said, you can't have any pain relief. because
you're too far.
gone. So I couldn't have any pain.
Epidural gone.
Epidural gone. Nothing. I couldn't have anything. But in my head, I thought, listen, it's painful enough now. Let's just do it the Victorian style.
Probably.
Yeah. But her head turned so she got stuck. And the midwives, we end up going in a room for another 4 hours after being told that I was 10 centimetres dilated. It went on for another 4 hours. And you're pushing and pushing and pushing. And it's nothing's happening. But there were no doctors. It was just midwives.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to one of them, Erin, she was called. Shout out, Erin. She was amazing. But I remember saying to her, what do we do? Like, this is going on and on and on. And I remember the phrase, and she went, just give it another hour.
Oh, my God. That's not what you want to hear.
Just give it another hour. And I'd already been in labour for like 12 hours.
All the hours you've been putting in already.
Let's just push for another hour. Like,
you got no concept of time, though.
Well, no, I didn't know, but I just know that an hour sounds like a long time when I've already been through that. So you're like, no.
Just an hour, another hour.
Just another hour of pushing.
Keep going.
So I did. And I'm thinking, I can't, how many more, protein bars can I eat?
Think in your head, though, when do you say, I can't do it anymore?
Well, I did. I just said, I got to a point where I was like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And then the doctor came in and went, oh, well, her head's turned, so she was never going to come out. So the whole thing was a waste of time.
Oh my
and then she ended up being pulled out with the forceps.
Yeah, so you would have had the magic episiotomy.
Block.
Oh, you
the spinal
block.
Yeah, right, which wasn't pleasant, but I was just like, thank God the pain has gone.
Again, yeah.
It was like melted away. I was like, this is
It was just like a sudden numbness.
It is.
I felt. And
just
then
gone. Oh, and then they do that thing, don't they, where they go, right, I'm going to tell you when to push. And it's like, how can I push when I can't feel anything from the waist down?
It's the strangest feeling ever.
Yeah.
Being told to push when you have no feeling.
Yeah.
It is the weirdest out-of-body experience.
Like, I don't even know what I'm doing half the time.
No.
I mean, there must be a million people. So if you are watching and you had a labour story similar or vastly different, leave it in the comments below, because I feel like the only thing that's got me through is hearing stories like yours and like other mates that have gone, that happened to me, because you feel just traumatised after, don't you?
And also, if you were like, you hear loads of horror stories about forceps, or the one I had was called the ventouse. I think I pronounced that right. And obviously they're not what you want, but the plus side of that was that it did skip that ring of fire. You do have the episiotomy. It's, it's obviously all your trained doctors, midwives, taking the baby out that way. There is one little like shining light to that, is that you don't feel the pain. Now, I don't know, in some cases they might. Obviously, every birth is different. But after that episiotomy, I couldn't feel nothing. So all the tugging, like, I couldn't feel it. And then I remember they placed Olivia on me. I didn't know she was out. I was just laying there, and all of a sudden the baby.
Because they don't say anything, do they? I just heard the cry.
Yeah.
I just heard Reva crying and screaming. So I was like, oh, thank God. That's the only thing.
That's the only time you want to hear a cry.
That's the only single time that you want to hear her screaming. Like, can we stop now, please? I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's like a hallelujah.
It really is, isn't it? But I know I've had a few friends where a couple of my friends have said that they want to feel the ring of fire.
Maybe it feels like some sort of trophy that they have felt every push and every effort. But this is like the same thing with the epidural.
Yeah.
It does have a bit of a heroic status, where I know in some, because you write your birth, is it called, what's birth plan? It's called birth notes then, birth plan, where some people say, absolutely do not want it and don't ask me, because it's kind of like,
because what actually is the epidural? Is it like,
it is the spinal, like they put it, it's the,
so it's completely
numb from waist down. So
obviously pain gone.
Yeah, pain gone. So I think if people out there are thinking, can I do it without the spinal epidural? Can I do it without that? Am I going to be like this? I really want to be a hero. Don't want pain relief. And obviously it's down to the individual. I'd be so interested to hear like people's views on which way they want to do it. But really, at the end of the day, a baby is coming out, and if you can do it the most comfortable way possible, then
but you know what, it can't. And it's so funny you say that, because I totally get the vibe that there's people who want to do it like without any pain relief and set out to that way. I didn't. But after going through and persevering at home for all of that time, I felt like a machine. And I was like, I don't want pain relief now. Like after
'Cause
when
you've
they
gone
said
so
that, I was like,
far.
I've done so
Yeah, you've
so
done it so
far
far.
for it to just be gone. Now I'm like, oh, what a
Yeah.
waste of all that pain.
Yeah.
Because but even
Yeah.
though it's not a waste, but that's how your mind works sometimes. I think some
Yeah.
people, like I was one of those people that I just thought I didn't plan on not having pain relief. That's all I wanted when I got in.
But how it's
But
gone.
how it's turned out, I was like,
Yeah.
in a way, I'd be really annoyed now if I ended up having to have a C-section or
Yeah.
like
'Cause
it
you
would
know what
really
you've done
annoy me
before.
because I've gone through all
Yeah.
of that.
And I think that's like, it's so interesting, like for people who will be worried. And I think with majority of people, you think of labor, there's like one set thing that you think of the whole way through your maternity, your pregnancy is like when you go into labor, it's this pain, it's this pushing, it's this ring of fire, it's the ripping in half, everything. And that is how it goes. And we've had completely different experiences, but neither of us had the ring of fire.
I know.
Maybe just obviously by chance because you don't know what situation you're going to get. Then there's a C-section where you don't have that anyway, or the rip in half. It's a completely different thing. And it's just like, oh, there's all these different ways it can turn out. So you
Totally.
might as well, it's easy to say than done, by not worry about ring of fire
Or not
ripping in
think
half
about it.
through
'Cause
your
what's the point
pregnancy.
in thinking about it?
yeah,
Like, I would just, if I had another baby, I wouldn't think about anything
no,
because,
you leave it to,
yeah,
yeah,
you can't make a plan unless
That's
you
a
have a
bit-
planned
yeah.
C-section.
yeah.
That's the only way, isn't
Probably
it?
impossible though, isn't it, to not worry or think about it.
Well, yeah.
But-
Because I've got friends who have planned C-sections and they're still really worried.
Yeah,
You know, about what
Which-
if I can't, what if, like for instance, if the baby comes early,
yeah,
what happens then?
Yeah,
If
and
you've
I
planned
had-
a C-section
yeah.
for this date
Yeah.
and the baby's premature.
yeah. And that is the worry, especially my second was breech. So if he was going to come
Yeah.
early, he's coming out feet first.
Regardless of what your plan
Yeah.
is.
So that is another worry that I
Yeah.
have.
Plan's gone out the window.
Exactly.
So
So
true.
it's one of them. I think with a C-section, there are a lot of people like don't want a C-section and they have to end up having one because there's
Yeah.
been complications. And then that's when you have to prepare for the recovery, which is a lot harder in some aspects because it's just the whole stomach, isn't it?
Well, that's
It's
it.
a different type
So
of
did
recovery.
you which did you find the worst recovery out
Recovery
of?
after C-section was a lot worse.
Really?
A lot worse. It was like 6 weeks of full-on recovery. So sore. Like, oh my God.
And was that your second?
That was my second, yeah.
So your first, what is
So you've got,
tension?
yeah, so
and
you've got
all-
toddler running around and then you can't sit up properly.
And you can't lift.
No. I think it's the night feeds as well with that. So when you're in the, you're right.
Trenches,
Yeah,
as
you're
they say.
basically sleep deprived. And then you've got to get the baby at night. And it's the sitting up, simple movements, sitting up. And you just carried
Yeah.
a big bump around with you for 9 months. And then all you want to do is be able to sit up in bed at night. And you can't
And
even
you
do
actually
that.
can't do that. So you're continuing that bit.
The shuffles that you have to do with your body, like just to edge to the bed to get the baby in the night to feed.
Yeah.
It is recovery on a different level.
Well, it's funny actually because I did, again, like you said, I didn't have a C-section, but the shuffling because of the scarring.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
That was painful that way for
Yeah.
me. Like,
That
because
was
you do have to,
stitches.
because that was
Yeah.
stitches. So you're like shuffling
Yeah,
and it's like you feel like your stitches are ripping out. I mean, it's disgusting, vile.
I know.
But that's
Yeah.
how it feels that
And-
you're ripping them out.
Did you ever look at your stitches?
No,
No, I didn't.
no,
I didn't look
want
either.
to. I mean, my
I
husband
didn't
said,
look.
"Do you want me to look and take a picture?"
No, thank
No.
because I'm never going to look at that
I'm
picture
all right,
again.
thanks. Don't want to know.
Never going to look at that picture. No, I didn't
Yeah.
either. And did probably like these horrible memories now of like these times. But, like,
I know.
did your husband look down there when the baby was coming out?
No,
No,
he wasn't down the business end,
No.
as they say.
Many mums say they were full on looking,
Yeah.
like getting involved.
Well,
and,
some
like,
can't because they're like faint,
yeah,
don't they? There's
Mine
like
didn't.
they have to take it really
We
seriously.
didn't even talk about it beforehand. I
No.
think it was just a given that it's not going to happen.
Yeah, isn't it funny?
Yeah.
Because some of them are like, I really want to know what's
Yeah,
going
I
down.
know. If I switch it around and think if I was a man,
Yeah.
I think I would quite like to have a look.
Yeah, to see.
Is that really weird? I'd
Well,
quite like to
To
look
be
and watch
honest,
a baby
I would have
coming out.
liked to have seen myself, but from that way to see
Yeah.
what because like you're
Yeah.
going through this awful pain and you're like, what
Yeah.
is actually happening? Because you
Yeah.
actually can't see, can you?
I can't see a thing. You don't know what's going
You're
on.
just imagining it in your
Yeah.
mind, like what's going on down there.
Yeah.
Wild.
It's best that we don't know, I think.
Yeah, it
in the,
really, really is. I would say so.
in the grand scheme of things. Yeah.
So should we move on to some cozy confessions?
Yes,
I love this part of the pod.
Me too. And this is where obviously we're going to have the lovely mums and mums-to-be that are listening are going to be letting us know all their confessions too. So it makes us feel like we're not the ones who are completely messing up with motherhood on a daily basis.
100%.
We're never messing up. It's just all a learning curve.
Yeah.
It's just a journey, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, this week for me, it's been, I don't know why, I just feel like I've been back to work, but only part-time, but being away from Reva. You know, when people say, you'll feel that attachment, and I'm like, come off it. Like, I'm going to work. It's be fine. Be just like it was last time I went before. It's not. It's horrendous. So I've been feeling sick with mum guilt.
Oh, yeah.
All
like
week
the worst
this week.
one
It's
because
been
you
like,
have dared to go back to work.
oh,
dared
my
to leave the
God.
child.
Yeah.
But
and
yeah.
I don't know whether this is just me, and it is a confession, and I do have to confess. The mum guilt melts away the second I walk back in the house.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm like, oh, because you really want that break, don't you? You step out the house to go to work, immediate mum guilt, like I feel sick for leaving. And then when I get back in, I'm like, oh yeah, I want that break again after 5 minutes.
100%.
What is this roller coaster?
I know.
And I feel bad for saying it out loud because I should be like embracing every second. And I love being a mum, but it's so hard.
But you're not supposed to love every second. That
No.
would be weird. Well, it probably isn't weird. Some people probably do love every minute. But I don't. I mean, I don't know. I would love to hear if there is anybody.
Oh my gosh, yes, let us know.
Any
Do you
mums out
love
there
every second, really? Or what percentage
because
of the time?
I don't. And like you say with the roller coaster of emotions, sometimes I am so eager to pick them up from nursery. Like I can't wait.
Yeah.
10 minutes in the house, I'm like, this is too soon.
I wish you'd stayed at nursery long.
Too soon.
That's exactly
I'm
how
overstimulated within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Not okay.
Totally. What is that about?
But then I'm counting down for bedtime, which in our house, bedtimes are late. So,
yeah. So hopefully it's not just me.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
I've not been too bad with well, I say not been too bad with like mum fails or crazy confessions or anything this week. I feel like it's been calm in some sense, but obviously we've had school starting with my eldest, and brought the 2-year-old toddler to her first day, which was a massive error on my half. I don't know why I did it. Shouldn't have done it. I know he's a 2-year-old boy who's obsessed with football. His tantrums are through the roof. Never known anything like it. But when you're a mum and dad and you both want to do the school drop off, he had to come with us. So his football nets, climbing frames. She goes into the school and he just wants to play, and we couldn't take him away. The tantrums were just absolutely horrendous.
Because obviously I've not got to that tantrum stage yet.
But this,
do you give in ever? Because I know that there's some people that go, do not give in because you're setting yourself up for it.
I would say I'm the soft parent out of the two of us.
For an easy life.
For an easy life to try and stop this tantrum.
In public.
It was so bad. So like, I can't, he's so big now and I'm carrying him along the street. And I just felt horrendous that this had shadowed over the whole first day of school. It's supposed to be this amazing event that everybody talks about.
Yeah.
The first day of school is all about them. And instead, it was switched for how I handle a 2-year-old crying toddler. And it's just totally shadowed it. And it's just not good.
And then I'm sure, like, I don't know, but I'd be constantly judging myself. Like, have I done that right? Should I have done that differently?
Yeah.
Should I have screamed? Should I have actually stayed quiet? Like, I don't know what you're meant to do.
No, because we're not taught how to handle it. Like
Tantrum in public.
We're not taught like the exact way of how to do it because every child's obviously different. Every situation is different. But I find sometimes I just have to pamper to him. He's crying for something and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. We'll get that in a minute. Just please stop.
Just anything.
Noise. Whereas my husband is stricter and he will say, this is not okay. And like do the more punishment route of it. But I've tried that and that doesn't work. So I don't know.
I think you know what I think it is? I think you've just got to go through it. It's like that thing where you can't go around it. What's that phrase? Like, don't go round the houses. You've got to like
just direct,
go through the tantrum trauma because that's what it's going to be, regardless of how you try and be strict. Because I don't think they understand at that age.
No, they don't. This is the
discipline.
Hard
do they?
Don't. And then it's
age
understanding when I'm trying to get him away from football, not nets. But this is for me now, like what I've learned this week, that I need to look at my week and I have to be strict and say he's not allowed to come to the school drop-offs and pickups. And I know that's harsh, but he's not, because he's
Can't do
2
that.
and he can't handle it. He thinks it's a big play area for him, and it's not okay. So I've had to look at my whole week and be like, right, I can't take him here and I can't do this. So somebody else needs to step in. We need to rework all this. And it's blowing my mind how I'm doing it. But yeah, got to do it. Got to try and figure out.
Amazing job.
Thank you. Got to figure it out, haven't we?
Definitely. And I feel like every time something bad happens, in my experience, short experience so far compared to you, but I just think this is a learning curve. Every time something bad or there's something in public where you're like, oh,
you just do learn.
you
So
just
now
think,
it's
I'll avoid this next time by doing this maybe.
And it makes my life harder. I've got to make sure I drop him off wherever, if he's going to nursery, drop him off earlier than the school, because he's got to be gone, and that's bringing the whole morning routine earlier. But this is what you got to do, haven't you, to make things work. You just
and to have a bit of peace and to keep things going without the stress, because I feel like the minute I get stressed, everything goes tits up. Like it's far better for me to be in control.
Yeah.
Even if that means making an effort to do things differently, like you've just said, it's awkward.
Yeah.
But it makes everything a bit calmer.
Yes. But anyone who has 2 kids out there who's got any tips of navigating 2 different ages at the school and the nursery drop-off, I am all ears, because I obviously messed up this week. It's first week and I've messed up already. So yes, I would love to know how mums of 2 are handling it, really, when you've got 2 that need to be in a different place at different times and 2 different personalities.
Exactly. Hard work.
Carnage. Thank you for joining us today. We have really enjoyed having a stripped back conversation about all the glamorous sides of labour and pregnancy, the ring of fire, the epidurals, all the pain ripping in half, but there's no barriers to our conversations, and we hope that you can relate or find something in these conversations that do comfort you a little bit, or at least just a little bit relatable.
Absolutely. So please leave any comment about your experiences in labour, what you didn't like, what you would or wouldn't do again. Subscribe, like, share, and we can't wait to hear from you. And hopefully you'll join us on our next pod.